Slim Thugger. Drink by the paint, drove by the pine. Headed to the club in the box top nine. Slim Thug about to climb, represent H-time. If you love me, you gon' smile. If you hate me, you gon' grind.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be doing a couple of things. First off, let me show you guys what I got. I got these, some control arms for the rear. I got these off the Facebook Marketplace for pretty cheap, honestly, and they're in pretty good condition. They have a little bit of scratches in the back right here, but right now I'm gonna clean them real quick and polish them, and then I'm not gonna install them just yet because I do plan to rebuild the bushings on my rear suspension, so I'm gonna do that. And I got these. These are just eBay up control arms, that brand. I think they're just eBay brands, so it's whatever. And then my favorite part is the subframe. Now I think some of the hardware is missing, but we'll see if I'll be able to install it right now. But yeah, it's Blackworks Racing. And then it came with the tie bar. Pretty cool. And I like how everything is all this aluminum color. This is my favorite color for subframes. So yeah, let's get to the video, guys. Alright guys, right now we're going to clean them real quick. We're going to spray them down with some water and with soap. Brush it with this brush and then dry it off. And then once that's all dry, we're going to put on some polish. And alright, let's get to it. I'm going to be taking off the rear trailing arm, and then I'm going to install the subframe. And these are very simple to take off and put back on. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. Alright guys, we got the tools right here. We have a jack stands, and then my impact gun. And we're going to take off the wheels, take off the trailing arm. And then, well, first we need to jack up the car and do all that. We're going to take off the trailing arms, and then we're going to try to install the subframe. Also, before I forget, I'm going to release the e-brake because I'm going to be taking off the rear trailing arm, and that's where the e-brake is. And I'm also going to put the car in gear just to make sure it doesn't roll. I put those chocks earlier so it wouldn't roll either, so yeah, we're going to do that. Now that I have it jacked up, I'm going to take off the wheels and make sure you guys give the car a good shake before you go under the car. Okay guys, I have the wheels off. This is what it looks like. And then the subframe. This is what it looks like right now. Alright, right here I'm just going to take off the center console so I can get access to the e-brake lines. And I'm going to disconnect those so I can take off the trailing arm bushing. Alright, it should be easy. It's only 2 bolts right here, or actually 2 screws. And then take off this little plastic cover, and it should be 2 other ones. And you could take off your shift knob, but I'm going to leave mine on. I'm only going to disconnect these two parts, and then take off this part right here, and then take off the lines. You can just disconnect these 2 screws right here, instead of taking off this whole thing. This portion just slides out, and it's right there. And then you get access to these lines right here. All you gotta do is just loosen this a little bit so there's no tension with these lines for the e-brake. And then next you're gonna want to take off this little part right here, slide it off, and then it disconnects, and then you feed the line through the bottom of the car. Alright, once you get the lines off, this is what it should look like. Right here you need to take off this bracket. It's only 2 12mm bolts that are bolted on right here. You need to take those off. And then it's on like that, and then you slide it out like that, slide it out, and then you pull it off like that. And then these are inside like that, and all you want to do is twist it twist it like that, and then pull it up and then out. And then there it should be free. And then under the car, you just need to feed the line through. And there are going to be some points where the line is attached to the frame of the car, and you're going to have to take those off so you can take out the line. Okay, right now I'm under the car, and this is where the e-brake lines come out of. And the one on the left side runs over here to the trailing arm. And the one on the left side goes over here, and it follows the exhaust. But the hard part about taking off this line is that it's bolted up to the frame, and you need to take off the heat shield a little bit and set it aside so you can take off these brackets like these for the line. This one is for the right side, and it bolts up right there. See that hole right there? Just loosen that and it comes off. And then this is probably the hardest bolt to take off, this one right here. And then after you take that off, this whole line just comes off, and then all you have to do is just take off the whole trailing arm off. And then on this side is about the same. Here is the first bolt you need to take off. It's right under the gas tank, and this is why you have to take off the heat shield, because it covers it. And then the other bracket bolts up right here. So the first one for the right side is right there, and then the other one is right here. This one's also pretty hard to take off. Then once you take those off, you just take out the line, pull it out, and then I'm gonna take off this trailing arm out. So right here is where things went south. When we were taking off the lower control arm, the bushing was just spinning in place, and I guess this warped the strut bracket. This is all the progress we got done on day one. We got the passenger side trailing arm mounted to the car, although I will be needing new struts for the rear. And here we see the energy suspension bushing. Alright guys, it's the next day. We didn't get to finish bolting up the subframe because there was a problem. The strut from the car was warped when we were taking off the lower control arm, and it bent a little bit like that outwards, and we're gonna have to get new struts because of that, and we're gonna have to wait to install the whole trailing arm. But right now I'm gonna still install the subframe, and we'll see how it looks. I'll probably show up a close-up of the strut and show you guys how it bent. Okay, right here is the upper control arm. For the rear, it's two 14mm bolts. And then the lower control arm is three 14mm bolts. Now going under the car, this is the trailing arm bushing, and these are two 17mm bolts. Then over here is the toe arm, and it's one 14mm bolt. Okay guys, we're going to take off the rear strut for the passenger side because I'm going to replace it eventually. And I'm just going to leave the subframe and the control arms for now. This is what it looks like right now. And it's bent right here, so I'm going to take this off. I'm going to drop this down again and then take off the strut and then just leave the lower control arm and the subframe and see how that looks. Okay, these are the drum brakes. Got them off. This one's just chilling on the jack, and we're gonna put them on this car because I'm gonna eventually get rid of it. And this car right here was the donor car for my Honda Civic, This is where I got all the parts, like the rear disc brakes. I didn't show myself taking off the strut, but I'll show you guys on this side. All you gotta do is just move this carpet out of the way. There's like a few plastic tabs. Pull them off. And then you pull the rest off. There you go. And then right there is where the strut is. And these are 14 millimeters. It's better to use a wrench at first because they're kind of at a hard angle. Then after that, you can probably loosen it with the ratchet. But yeah, let's take this off. After that, you guys are going to want to take off these two bolts. They are 14 millimeters, and just drop down the lower control arm, just swing it down, and then you should be able to take off the strut. Alright guys, I got the strut off, and right here you can see how it got warped. This one's like the OEM size, and then this one got warped. So yeah, I'm going to have to replace the strut for the passenger side. For now, the car looks like this. I'm gonna make a video of me installing the trailing arm for the driver's side, but this is the subframe. It's all installed. These are just hanging because I still need to install these struts when I get them. But yeah, and then over here we have this one installed. We have this one installed. Okay guys, these are the brake calipers. Remember how I said I'd finish them? Well, here they are. They're all ready to go. I'm just letting them dry a little bit more, and then I'm gonna bolt them up. Anyways guys, that's the end of the video. That's all I could do today. I'm gonna order those parts, get the struts on, and then install the trailing arms. And then from there on, we're gonna install some other parts you guys will see in the future. That's the end of the video guys. Thank you so much for watching. All I did today was drop the rear trailing arms and the struts because one of them got messed up, so I'm gonna order new ones. And then after they come in, I'm gonna complete the whole rear suspension rebuild. And for now, I just installed the subframe, the rear control arms, and the tie bar, and then the passenger side trailing arm. And I'll make a video for a detailed installation for the rear trailing arms. But yeah, that's all I could do for today. And until next time, I'll probably get some other stuff installed. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys liked it. Leave a like and subscribe. See you guys next time.